Kita, and welcome back to the Travel Becomes Me channel. In today's video, we're going to talk about circumstances in which you are eligible to receive a cash refund from a U.S. airline. But before we get into today's topic, if it's your very first time tuning into one of our videos, I'm Kita. I'm a finance lawyer and author, but most importantly, and probably the reason why you're here, is that I'm a luxury travel enthusiast and educator that's been to over 60 countries and overseas territories. You see the strategies and tools that I've found have been helpful in traveling lux for less. So if you find the content of this video helpful, please feel free to share it with anybody else who you think it might be helpful to, and make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any of our future videos. So let's get into today's topic. So today we're talking about when you may be entitled to get a cash refund. Now, this has become particularly significant over the course of the past year, where there have been many flights canceled as a result of the pandemic. Airlines have been offering up as an option the ability to get a travel voucher for usage on a future flight. But sometimes you don't want to be held to one particular airline because you may get a better deal with another airline, and it's better to have your cash back. So today we're going to talk a little bit about when airlines are required to give you your cash back according to Department of Transportation regulation. So the first instance we'll talk about in which you're entitled to a refund, a cash refund, is a significant flight change. So the general rule of thumb is that if you have a flight change in schedule that's greater than 5 hours, then you would be entitled to receive a cash refund from the airline. This is because a time period of a significant length could impact some of the reasons why you may be traveling in the first place. And you may instead desire to use a different service to travel to the location, or it may not be relevant for you to travel to the location anymore. So that's number one, significant flight schedule changes. Another situation in which you are entitled to cash refund from an airline is flight cancellations within 14 days of your departure date. So if your airline decides to change your departure date within 14 days of travel, then you have the option to request a cash refund in lieu of a travel voucher. So that's another important one to keep in mind. Another instance in which you're entitled to a cash refund is if you are denied boarding. And so this could be due to overbooking or some other reason, due to no fault of your own, that you were denied boarding to an aircraft. So in those circumstances, you would also be entitled to a cash refund. Yet another circumstance in which you're entitled to a cash refund, and luckily I've never personally experienced, is if you are downgraded in your class of service. So let's say if you booked a first class or a business class ticket and instead you were put on economy, then you're entitled to a refund of your, a cash refund of your ticket. And then lastly, baggage fees. So let's say you paid to put your baggage on a flight, which a lot of airlines are charging for baggage nowadays, and that baggage gets lost or doesn't make it in time. In those circumstances, you'd be entitled to reimbursement of the baggage fees that you paid as well. So that's it. Those are the 5 circumstances that I want to tell you about in which you are entitled to a refund, a cash refund from U.S. Airlines. So the first is flight schedule changes in an amount greater than 5 hours. The second is flight cancellation within 14 days of your departure date. The third is a downgrade of service. So being downgraded from a premium service to non-premium seat on an airline. The fourth is baggage fees if your baggage does not arrive in time. And then the fifth is being denied boarding onto a flight through no fault of your own. So that's it. That's all I want to cover today in today's video. If you have any questions, make sure you comment down below so I can respond to them. And I will see you in the next video.